been arrested, arraigned, and charged for treasonable offense, also meeting his bail condition. The convener of revolutionary protests, Omoyele Sowore, is still in the DSS custody. Of course, you know Omoyele Sowore is the publisher of Sahara Reporters. This has been going on for some time, which Nigerians are seriously reacting to this issue. This is Vox Pop on Flip TV. We need to join Nigerians to see their views on this issue. Should DSS release Sowore, or should he still be in their detention or their custody? Michael Adekunle is still taking you on Vox Pop on Flip TV. I'll be right back. Sowore still, in the DSS custody.
Well, first and foremost, I could say a lot about this issue. Well, we all have same head, but different brain. To me, what Sowore is doing is right. Remember, before you could make that statement, once Sowore was not new in Nigeria then, but I believe he was in a canker with some of them. And the Yoruba man made an adage, Ole lo mo ese ole to. So if a thief could know how to trace to get a thief, definitely what he's doing, Buhari himself, all of them knew that this guy knew what he's doing. Revolution is not what we call, it's not a problem, it's not a crisis. He's not there to fight. But let's do what we have to do, let's protest, let's do what this is what we want. Mind you, if Sowore can come out from unknowing party during that election, and he has that kind of vote he has, after Buhari, after Atiku, Sowore next. If he could add that vote, definitely there is something going on. Not because of what he says. There are some people under him, as a great people, that sponsor him. So if you could know something going on, why can't they allow them to release him? He did not kill. Even those that kill, they gave them free movement.
Let alone someone who protested.
So he just protests. Definitely, they did arrest Sowore because of the protest. They have something hidden. They have an hidden agenda. They just use that revolution as a thing, just to cover up. If not, I don't. Even though in US there is.
So which means he has something in common.
There is something in common with the government. He has something in common with the government. If not so, why can't they allow his release?
Which means they've eaten from the same plate.
They eating the same plate. They need what he's going to do. They need what he's going to do. Is going to be something tangible. And that's what they said, because he's not just. He might be a boy to them then, but because he knew what he's doing, they have to look for a way to silence him. Remember, I don't want to talk much. But I'm a politician. But we are just a Nigerian worship, because we believe, as I'm talking right now, after they worship, they dump it. But only one thing I knew is that their sons, that their great-great-grandchildren are still going to suffer it. So, but no one, you see Nigeria man, we have one blood. When you are hungry, you shouted, you move, you go this way, you go that way. That minute to the election, Buhari is not good. Okay, let me put an example. By the state government now, election is coming now. People are saying someone is not good, But that minute, when I was watching it live, I was at Bayelsa 2 days ago for the rally, where APC candidate was sharing money. Definitely, okay, let's put it this way. Which election is pure in Nigeria? No pure election in Nigeria. The day before election, they have the election. Why that was better is I don't vote. I don't go to bully vote. I don't vote. Because no matter you start there from morning till night, they have knew who will enter. So what Sowore is doing, as for me, is pure. Let them release the man to enjoy his life. They do worse than him. When Buhari himself was still a military government, he killed. Taye Solarin was there. He was more than him. I can measure even though we are killed, we can measure 4 to 5 people which Buhari himself murdered, executed. So why Why can't the government prove him then? Now that someone came out for revolution, you were ordering me arrested. You that are killed, Nko.
Any government that doesn't respect the law is a, will I call it, is leading into tyranny. Yes, because like Falana said, he said all these things we are facing now, we have faced them in the past during the military era and we have conquered them. People should not take us again back to those things that we have conquered, those days that we have forgotten. It should not take us back to those days again, because we should move forward. Oh, look at it, New Jersey, Sowore'S community, they are tying ribbon every day for every day that Sowore'S stay in DSS custody, because they know that this thing is not right. You say it's unlawful. You say, okay, Sowore committed an offense. This court of law freed him that, okay, free him. He can come for further any judgment, anything, he will come and attend. You say no. You sue him, you charge him to court again. Okay, this court say, okay, these are the bail condition. He met the condition. Yes, you are still holding him. So what are you holding him for?
And that's why Fanano said that the Nigerian government only respects foreign laws, not
Nigerian laws. So why are you still holding him? You say, okay, you say somebody should fulfill a certain condition. If you fulfilled it, and now it's easy for them to go to court to get any injunction or this one. When it's favor them, they obey it. But when it doesn't favor the government disobey. This is not. We should not. Federal government should not take us back again.
Now, yesterday we saw that when they were protesting, tear gases were being fired and different.
You see, let me stick to the example of Sowore'S neighbors. They gathered to talk about Sowore issue, and no policeman came there to fire tear gas. And Sowore is in Nigeria. Not if you were to be Nigerian government, they will say, you can take your case to anywhere. We don't want to hear. This is a civilized country. I mean, it's a civilized world. So we should as the Nigerian government should join that civilization. Not to take us back to military dictatorship. It is dictatorship when you don't obey the law. It's that simple. Dictatorship. So dictatorship, I mean, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, respect to rule of law is a contingent of, a contingent ingredient of democracy. Democracy strive on rule of law. Then when you now you pick and choose what law to obey. Then you are not in a democracy. And now these people that truncated the democracy in the past, we had fought to have allowed them to come back
And be in power.
Because in the past, we know what they did. And the suffering we went through, is the same suffering we are going through today.
So it's the fault of Nigerians.
It's the fault of all of us. We should take the blame and correct ourselves in the next election.
Going on in this country.
Sowore, to some extent, I don't feel pity for him. Because Sowore, to me, they say, I think law of karma is really fighting back against him. Because in 2015, if a student of history, you could recall, Sowore used his Sahara reporter just to bring down Goodluck Jonathan. Sowore worked for the APC in 2015. You can see he was busy campaigning against Jonathan. Bad governance, everything, social media abroad. So now, see, if the same government, he helped come into power, and now fighting him. So to me, I don't feel bad for him.
What are the parameters? What are the devices? What is the kind of constitutional provision? Nobody said you should not embark on a peaceful protest. Okay? They say revolution now. What is the motive behind it? What's your intention for saying revolution now? And it's going to be a protest on the streets without seeking a police permission. And also, what does the constitution say? If it does not agree with the peace and national security of the country, you are so be it. But now you declare that revolution now, which now resulted in something else, and you are being arrested. So you are being arrested, and others were being put. Even they were being charged to be threatenable felony, because what he did was against the national security of the country. Don't like what happened to our late man, late friend, mentor, and all that, Abiola. He won the election. But so he now decided, if the mandate can be given to me, why should the ministry of mentality now go and annul the election? He went to Ekotedo to declare himself, and from there to the prison. He died there. Is that not the reference point for Same Sowore? That you cannot fight a sitting government, you cannot have two presidents at the same time. Despite that the election was the freest in this country. People came under the sun, under the rain to go and vote. They all tried, but we needed this change. And it happened. And the same after, okay, the mandate, I must not blah, blah, blah. He went to declare himself. And from then he was arrested. But I love something, which we are still referring today. He said, I cannot come out, comply with all these conditions. It's going to be a shame upon those who gave me the mandate. He read the Quran from A to Z. He read the Bible from A to Z. He gave his life and all that. But it's an issue to all of us. Anybody that is in government has all what it takes to fight an individual, even a group. Now we are not hearing. We are hearing today now. IBB. That's here. So people now came together. If you allow this man to blah 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 blah, you will not live. You will do this. He now decided to succumb. And we have a lot of all the arrangement. Some people are responsible for the annulment, because if the man comes there, it's going to affect so many people. Few elements, and the man, an arrangement. He didn't die a natural death. He was poisoned. So be it. But that simply means whoever that want to toe the same line too must look at the implications. That's exactly what Sowore did. What does the constitutional provision to support your protest? Is it going to be very peaceful? Who are you fighting? Say revolution now. You didn't win the election and all that. You contested. You didn't have much votes. Someone was being declared as the president, and you're being told that if your right is being infringed upon, you must go to the court to seek a redress. That's exactly what our brother did. Article. From the end, people know that the man may not likely win the court case. You can see the tribunal they met. They didn't take them one or two hours, but the guy was being told drop this thing. He said no. From appeal court, went straight to Supreme Court. What happened at the end? I'm not going to rest. But one thing that you must know, that if you want to fight any issue, there are provisions which articles use to the last point to Supreme Court. He's not a free man today. And then whatever anybody now saying, yeah, I feel aggrieved, they did this and all that, all those allegations, but you not qualified, he didn't possess this. Yes, you had all those things. Go to the court.
Now, moving back to Sowore again.
So the condition, the bail condition have been met.
And it's been detained.
It's still been detained. So that is the part that be. Dazuki is still there. I know that way.
Which means there's no respect for the judiciary, or what?
Let me tell
respect for rule of law.
Let me tell you something. My personal opinion is that judiciary have been disintegrated. Disintegrated. What I mean by that is that they know how a common man will have his hope in the judiciary. Two ways to it. Same judiciary we're not talking about today. The same Buhari was able to get some facts, some valid information about how they compromise judgment and all that. And he was able to tell us what they have in their bank account. And it's not right for the DSS to go to jail and they boggle the place in a place where we have law and order. And they said, yeah, truly we went down there they boggled the place to those places and came up to tell us facts. So that simply means it's only God.
Which means the judiciary has been compromised.
Compromise straight away.
And
So
why is it that the president also is somehow, I'm sorry, getting himself involved in this when he knows fully well that the judiciary has been compromised? Because on this issue of Sowore, after the bail conditions have been met, the right thing for the government to do, or for the DSS to do, is to release him.
and the question arises, I will now throw the question back to you. Where is the NBA? Where is those who call themselves the judges? What are they doing? When they're giving a judgment, every law of this country, even from number one, is up to obey the court order.
You need to abide.
Abide. But they've sold
Their rights.
They've sold their right, they've compromised their conscience. Because the man have every fact against them to nail them. So the kind of the fear is there. If you fail to do all this, I have all your dirty deeds.
Which means they all have skeletons in their cupboard.
That's it. If they say they have met the bail condition, what stopped them from releasing the same person? So that simply means we don't have hope again. We don't have confidence again in the judiciary. Because they've messed up. And just like someone that say lawyers are liars. Yes, some of them are. They at times if you have a case, they say, lawyer, please tell me the truth. You now confide in the lawyer. He's going to handle your case in the court. You've told him the lie. You've told him the truth. But he goes to the court to defend you based on those wrongdoings I've done. But he actually confided in him, and he's going to the court to say, truly, he didn't do it. He will tell his client, go and tell them that you are not guilty. Knowing fully that this offense you are guilty of it. So you can see two sides to the law. So if you're able to scale to, yes, somebody lied and he's being free. The same law that say either yes or no. So what?
It's not balanced.
It's not balanced. It's not balanced. So that's how they can now tell this man now, or Dr. C, you are involved in 2-point-something billion, blah, 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 blah. And so they will tell his passport that he cannot travel. But now, what I had this morning that you are now free to go for medical checkup. So we need to go back to begin to do the right thing. Because rather than we are saying, I'm not saying the man is right. He has told us so many things that we need to begin to work on. He has exposed so many things to us that we need to work up. Number one is that our leaders must have fear of God, and they are answerable to give account of their stewardship. Recently, Buhari said something that they release money to the local government chairman, that the governor will not be involved. Yes,
governors went against.
Because that's why now so can now this money be for this road, that road, and government wants to monitor. Because that's what they've been doing all this while. They said they cannot pay 30,000 naira. Go and look at their security votes. Are they account for all those things? They see them in National Assembly. How much are they getting at their constitutional allowance? And we are gradually running about this, looking for jobs. I'm a lecturer on mass comm. That one I can tell all these things. So I'm going for lectures now. So these are the things that we need to know, that we have every reason to come together to begin to point and find it out. If it's going to be everybody stay down at home for the next 1 or 2 weeks, no protest, no burning of shop and all that, let us put our houses in order. Nobody will come and do that for us.
Yeah, yes, and DSS, let's keep on, they shot, they fired tear gas, they shot gun, maybe they fired rubber bullets, I don't know, but all I know that the protesters, they were doing the right thing, but molested by the DSS officials. That is very, very wrong. It is very, very wrong. It's not supposed to be so. Someone has right to voice out what is not good to him. Someone has right to protest what is not good or what is not okayed by him. Even in our families, you can tell your father, I don't like this. Your father will give you a listening ear and do otherwise. But in a situation whereby you just come out to voice out your rights, some police officers or soldiers will fire gun at, even when I look at our security officials sometimes, I said to myself, where are these people from? Are they from the moon? Is it because of food? Food can make you to shoot fellow man. You know that man is fighting for your right. You, that is welding gun, AK-47. Such a person is fighting for your right. So that's why I tell you that there is problem. Sowore get it wrong. What Sowore was doing right from school, he got it wrong. The reason I'm saying this is that Nigeria is not such a society where that young man should be doing what he's doing. If I could advise him, I would have said, nah, I prefer internet. You just showcase yourself, showcase your ideology, showcase what you fight for, showcase what you know how to do best on net. Don't come to these people because they will, they will misconstrue what you are doing, They will misguide it. They will just take it to be another thing. If Sowore is on net bombarding these people, I would have loved that. Maybe all this hate speech issue will be concerning, they will be channeling it to that area because the guy is on net fighting them. But coming out to meet Nigerian police, to tell them that you are about to do such a thing, do you know the people they are talking about? They are talking about Nigerian police here. People that hate civilians. People that police against the people that they took oath to police for. They will police against you. They will oppress you. If you take your matter to police station, you, the complainant, will be assaulted, will be insulted, will be downgraded, will be reduced to zero. Why should you go to police? They are not our friends. These people are being used by the so-called political class in Nigeria. Money siphoners, dwindlers, swindlers, they are using them. They pay them money. They remit money into their accounts illegally. During elections, Nigerian police, they make money, thousands of naira, millions of naira, to what another man's, their political opponents say forth from winning. So Nigerian police force that this guy went to meet to start this revolution now of 18, he did wrong. He made a mistake. They are not his friends. They cannot see anything right in what he's doing. Still, yet they are suffering it. They have accepted to suffer it because they don't know anything. They are doubts. See, before you become a policeman in America, quote me, you must have had military experience. Yes, go and investigate. You must serve in that category. Military experience. You must know how to shoot. You must go school. You must go training. Psychologically and otherwise. Psychological training and otherwise. They must check you, your psyche. That is to know whether you are mad or you have history of madness in your family. To know whether you take drugs, or, I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. They must know that you are 100% human before you get to the police. Tell me why Egyptian police and military men should not finish all the protesters that unsat Hosni Mubarak. Shall you understand? From 2011 to 2013, I think so. They unsat him. Tell me why the whole soldiers, Egyptian soldiers and police, should not kill those rats called civilians. It's because they have human feelings. It's because they went training. It's because psychologically they are sound. It's because there's nothing like hatred there among them. There are many ethnic groups there. Egyptians could not be only one. They embrace Arabic and speak Arab. They are now Arab Republic of Egypt. Do you understand? Thank you. They go school. They go to orientation. They train them well on how to handle issue about policing. Military there. They go to training, orientation, everything. Military men should be military men. They have human feeling. In Nigeria, it's not like that. Ethnicity and plurality. That is, we don't manage ourselves well. Fulani soldier will not like Hausa soldier. Igbo soldier will not like Hausa soldier. Yoruba soldier will not like, military in Nigeria, there is germs, diseases. You understand? Troubling them. There are all manner of human diseases and germs is the problem there. Nigerian police, they have all manner of germs and human diseases troubling them. You understand? So that's why they cannot deliver. They can't do the right thing to do. Sowore is suffering it. Sowore shouldn't have come out because this Nigerian society is not advisable for him to take such action. It's not conducive for him. He is being induced. He was induced to do it because of the injustice going on in the society now. But it is ill-timed. Sowore would have waited maybe at the age of 70 or 80 when his children will be, our children, let me use our children, will be us, we now, that should be doing what we're doing.
Sowore still being detained is because, I tell people, the very day, I still say, the very day Nigerians open their eyes, Buhari can never detain all of us in prison. There is no prison that can be built in Nigeria that can house the whole Nigerians. If all of us are ready, we will liberate ourselves. By the time I take to the street, you take to the street, they bring all of us to Kirikiri, and there's no space in Kirikiri again. They take us to Potokiri, there's no space in Potokiri. They take us to Port Harcourt, there's no space in Port Harcourt. They take us to Rivers, there's no state in anywhere. By that time, they will not understand that we have the power. But because we are still, what we are still doing, I would say, we are not hungry yet. We are not hungry yet. When you see a child that is hungry, even if the father is telling him, or her, relax, food is coming, we tell you no. Until the food comes. But because we are still seeing food we eat. And you know the funniest thing is that these people have a way of buying Nigerians over. The very moment they will bring that their small biscuits and throw it to them, and they eat, they will begin to sing their praises. And the moment that biscuit finish, they will begin to say we are hungry. I tell you, go all over the street today, everybody will tell you they are hungry. But 2 days to a month to election, you begin to say, Buhari is the man, Tinubu is the man, that one is the man, because they have sorted them out. And we tend to forget that something that does not last has no weight. But what will last matters a lot. It is better I stay hungry for today and become satisfied tomorrow than to become satisfied today and become hungry tomorrow.
Something that does not have weight doesn't last. And this is where we'll wrap it up on today's edition of Vox Pop on Flip TV. To join us next time as we bring you interesting, good topic on the street of Lagos. Michael Adekunle still remains my name. Always behind the camera, of course, it's Lateef Adewale. Have a good day.